Welcome back, everyone, to episode 3 of the San Francisco Giants OOTP 23 playthrough. No face cam today. Couldn't get the damn thing to work. So, as you can see, 79-68. We are currently in possession of the first wildcard spot. However, it is a jam-packed race. You could say everyone from the Brewers to us are right in it. So, how have we gotten here? It's been a hell of a ride. So what has it been? It's been about 2 months since the last update at the trade deadline. We lost Logan Webb for the season. It sucks, but as far as injuries go, a strained forearm. It's about a 3-month injury. You know, it could be worse. So hopefully Webb is back by spring training next year, fully healthy and fully up to his abilities because he had a great year. So Carlos Martinez has slid into his spot. He's made, I think this was, no, that wasn't even a start. Oh, yeah. So he's made 2 starts. He's been fine. He won't be a playoff starter, so it doesn't really matter. Disclevani's bounced back. He's been much better over the last month and a half or so. Alex Wood, still having a great year. Not quite as good as his first half, but it's to be expected. I mean, it is what it is. Matt Boyd, he's been pretty solid as our, 4th starter, I guess he is now. But he's been good. In the bullpen, it's been Jake McGee. It's been Camilo Doval, who's actually stumbled a little bit. He lost a little control. I don't know. I hope it's not too bad. But they've both been good overall, and Tyler Rogers has been awesome. Jose Alvarez got the call back up when rosters expanded. I'm still hoping he can figure something out. But he's only made 1 appearance, but he's been fine. Steve O'Kurt, since we've acquired him, he's been solid. Hasn't pitched too much, but been good when he's been asked to come in. Zach Littell's still been really good. Still overperforming his FIP. Not sure what that's all related to, but could be a lot of things. Could be defense. Could be just bad ball luck. Dominic Leone's been solid, much better as of late. He's had a couple of crazy 2.5 inning performances out of the pen. So very happy with what he's given us in the second half. Gregory Santos, we gave him the call up when rosters expanded. He's been good, but they haven't really used him out of the pen. Not my decision, but whatever. Aaron Brooks has been pretty good for us. Not as good as his all-star first half. Apparently he was an all-star. I don't get that, but. And Sammy Long just got the call up. He had a good performance. Fine performance. Looks like it was in mop-up duty, so it's good. Well, it was in a 9-1 loss, but whatever. Might look for a fresh arm there, actually. Let me go down to the minors. Good time to check in how the minor leagues have done. So look at these ERAs. They're freaking crazy. But I know the PCL is a heavy run environment, but I might drop it just a little bit because it's annoying when guys a 5.5 ERA is league average. I don't know. It just bugs me a little bit. This guy's a 127 ERA plus with a 4.4, whatever. It is what it is, but he's actually probably going to get the call up here because really don't have too much else working down here. Brian Murphy did get the call up, but he's a bit away at this point. I wouldn't want to rush him up. Did I go over? Yeah, I went over all these trades and everything. I don't know if I went over this one. This is a smaller deal I made back mid-August or mid-July. Cole Stewart for Austin Dean, who was pretty much just taking up at bats for my minor leaguers. He was fine, but I'd rather see my younger guys get some at bats. So Cole Stewart, we acquired him. He's been horrible, but it is what it is, man. I mean, he's been better with us, but that's fine. Overall, I think I need to call someone up here, so maybe Castro gets the call. Yeah, I'll give Castro. Curvin Castro can come up and pitch a couple games, maybe. See what he's got. He was already in the majors last year, so I'm not too worried about just giving him some time. In the lineup, we've had a couple of revelations here. First has been JD Martinez. He's been absolutely carrying our offense. 171 WRC plus since he's come over. 17 bombs. I was looking into extension for him. He wants a lot of money. He might be worth it if I can get him down to something, or we'll reach that in the offseason, but he's been unbelievable for us. Crawford's bounced back a little bit. He's been a league average hitter with a good glove. Longoria's been really solid over at third. Defense has been league average, so that's fine. Joey Bart, our catcher, striking out way too much, not walking enough. He might just be a career backup. I don't know yet. Tommy LaStella just came back from injury a couple days ago, and he just came back. He hasn't even played a game yet. But he's been good this year. He got hurt for a little bit, so that kind of derailed his year, but we'll work through that. Tyro Estrada has been awesome as of recent. Him and another guy we'll get to, Ivan Castillo, have handled that second base job pretty well. This guy, Heliot Ramos, so as you can see, he's lit it up in 61 at-bats. Who the hell got hurt? It was Yastrzemski went down. That was heartbreaking because he's been so good this year for us. Pretty much the lifeblood of our offense. Besides before we got JD Martinez, even after. So I went down to my minor leagues and I was like, who can I call up here? There were a couple of guys, like older, like 26, 27-year-old guys. And Ramos hasn't really hit too well. Like, he turned it on more recent, but he didn't light the world on fire. But I was like, he's 23 years old. He has good ratings, good defensive ratings. Let's give him a shot. Called him up. He was initially only hitting against lefties. He was only playing against lefties, but he went on like a 4-game home run streak. Then I've thrown him in every day, and he has not slowed down. So love what we're getting out of him. Really been fantastic. Already 1.2 WAR, which is better than like some of our everyday guys. So good on him. Steven Duggar, been fine, I guess. We're going to have to look to upgrade center field anyway, so he's not like a long-term guy. Kirk Casali's been an excellent backup. Really stabilized like the defense. He could even be, he's not upset anymore because I'm playing him every other game, but yeah, I was playing him every other game. But yeah, he was a little upset, but I've started playing him more, and he's played well, so. Brandon Belt really slowed down. I looked at his splits, and man, he cannot hit lefties. He's fine against righties. So, as of now, I'm still starting him technically against lefties, but this guy, Wyatt Matheson, who was lighting it up in AAA, I've called him up. He's good against lefties. We'll see what he can do. I haven't really tried this out yet, but Belt has not hit lefties well this year, so we got to try something out. Ivan Castillo, this guy, he was fantastic in AAA for both me and the Padres system. Well, mostly the Padres, but he was still solid for me. So I called him up, and he's been very, very good. Like, solidified. I think Crawford went down for another couple of weeks, maybe a week or two, and I had Castillo and Estrada in my middle infield, and they really held it down, and I'm very impressed by that. So he could have a spot in this team in the future. Absolutely. He's only 27. Still room to grow and become a nice utility guy. We got Austin Slater. He's been solid. I'm trying to play him a little bit more now. He's still starting against lefties, but he's also playing every other game against righties. Moving down the list, we have Lamont Wade Jr. He's been a real disappointment this year. Our left fielders, I'd love to see our stats as left field unit because we've been horrible. Lamont Wade has not provided any juice when he's in there. And his counterpart, Jock Peterson, he was like almost a league average hitter for a while and completely went ice cold again. So I'm pretty much done with these two. Lamont Wade still has decent ratings and he'll probably continue to play, but against lefties or against righties, I'm splitting these guys' time. They could play every other day, try to get someone to eventually pull through in this race. Against lefties, I have Slater starting in left, and I'm keeping Duggar in there for defense. So that's how the team's doing, I guess. Marco Luciano, by the way, is heated up a little bit, so he's coming back around. We're actually I'm gonna try to play him at second a little bit here, get his ratings up there. But the reason I wanted to jump in is because we are in quite the playoff race here. Like, wow. So I'm gonna play out the rest of the season, see how we do. Just gonna sim day by day. 11-1 victory against Colorado. Love to see that. How's Chris Bryant doing? Massive contract, Chris Bryant. How did our team do? Oh, a lot of guys got hits. Ramos continues to rake. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, and Martinez was good. I have him on an 80 pitch limit just because I don't want to blow out his arm. Or I don't really care if he blows out his arm. I mostly just want to limit his exposure. So if he goes 5 innings, 80 pitches, perfect. Zach Littell, nice job out of the pen. 10-3 victory against Colorado here. Ramos, another 2 hits. LaStella, 3 hits. Alex Wood, excellent start, and Aaron Brooks closes it out. 8-13 loss. Slater is suspended apparently. Looks like Disclafani got roughed up again. Kevin Castro roughed up, and then Jose Alvarez who. Wow, that's an all-timer. Why the hell did they keep him in so long? No, I'll keep him on the roster, whatever. Yeah, that's not good for his future outlook on this team. 12-4 victory here against San Francisco. Ramos got another hit, couple walks. It was LaStella who was the big batter in this one. Duggar had a couple of hits. Peterson playing a little better. Looks like he had a homer, actually. Yeah, the fact that Jock Peterson has had 7 home runs in 73 games is like very disappointing, I guess. Aaron Brooks and Zach Littell close it out. Looks like a 2-1 loss. Finally, our offense slowed down. Rodon was solid. Leon was good, but no offense. That'll do it. 10-3 loss. That's tough. Martinez was not good. Taval looks like he imploded. I gotta figure out what's going on with this whole thing. I'm gonna change the strategy. I'm gonna make these guys' pitch limits like 30 throughout the bullpen. It's like they blew out like Tyler Rogers should not be throwing as much as he has been. Who else? Littell's been like exposed a ton. Like who else wouldn't I want going? Probably McGee, honestly. They usually don't push him though, so I'm not concerned about that. Wilmer Flores is back. That's good to see. Who's going to get sent down here? Probably Wyatt. Yeah. He's got options and whatever. He hasn't really played. Not really concerned against righties. I'm not going to have Flores in there anyway. Unless he could back up at DH. Against... Backup first baseman, too. Against lefties, I definitely need him in there, though. Maybe I even just bench Belt. Doesn't feel right doing, but... how is Duggar doing against lefties? He's been fine. He's actually been better. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to bench. I'm going to outright bench Belt against lefties. He'll probably hate it. I don't really care. We're trying to win here down the stretch. I don't have any time to try to bank on Brandon Belt coming through against lefties all of a sudden. Another big win, 9-4. Looks like Martinez had another big game. Longoria did as well. Lamont Wade, 4 hits. That's awesome. Maybe he can solidify himself. feel like we played Colorado a ton down the stretch here. Jock Peterson's pissed. I don't really care. 7-2 loss. Shit. Elliot Ramos got Rookie of the Month and Batter of the Month. That is insane. It's like Belt's starting to deteriorate a bunch. Elliot Ramos, huge bump. He's just been unstoppable. This is like one of the greatest stretches I've seen by a player, let alone someone I just called up. Yeah, so not too bad. Looks like Luciano ended the season pretty strong. It's good to see. So we got a 3-0 win and then a 2-1 win. Rodon was awesome. Rogers really good. And McGee got the save. Ramos another 2 hits. And then this one, Ramos had another hit. 2-1 win. What did he hit a bomb? He only has 8 home runs still. Martinez looks like he went 4 2/3. Brooks came in, did a nice job. He's been pretty solid. He's walked a lot of guys, but he's been fine. And Alvarez came in. Oh my God, don't like that, but he got the job done. It looks. And then McGee got his 38th save on the year. It's pretty good. Pretty good. 6-1 win. 3 in a row. Wood pitched pretty well. Looks like he ran up a pitch count. Brooks pitched again. Wow. He's getting some burn. Then Rogers, 2 1/3. And Santos closed it out. Got Morejón, and we win again. C.J. Abrams in this. Nice player. Ramos had another hit. He's still batting .352. Wow. So we'll check the standings after this. Looks like Descalfani got the win. Leon pitched well, Doval, and McGee. So we actually clinched a playoff spot. That's sweet. 2 games left to go against San Diego. We do need to win one of these. Rodon's supposed to start tomorrow. We have Snell on the mound, who's been really good. Cy Young candidate. Good. The Padres, man, what a season they had. Oh, my God. Fernando Tatis only played 90 games, and wow. He might win. He could win freaking MVP. He had more WAR than Manny Machado. Wow. Pretty much a 2-man team on offense. That's crazy. Okay, anyway. Let's see. Our offense really recovered. That's good to see. Still, I don't know why Gabe Kapler doesn't like to steal, but the pitching went down a little bit, but we got to win one of these, or the Dodgers have to lose. I don't know what the season series was. I don't really feel like checking. And we won anyway. So there we go. We got the first wild card. Matt Boyd pitches a gem. And, yeah, now we can set up our pitching. So the playoff rotation, I'm going to do all this off camera, so I will be right back and we'll jump into the playoffs. We are back. Just set the playoff roster. So we finished the year 89-73, by the way. Don't know if I mentioned that. So here's how the rotation's going to look. It's not pretty. It's definitely not what we envisioned, but it is what it is. Carlos Rodon, he'll be our 1 starter. Alex Wood, going to start game 2 against Steven Strasburg, it looks like. I don't know how the Nationals made the playoffs, but I guess we could take a deeper dive when we get there. But Descalfani, he finished the year pretty solid besides the 1 blow-up game. Seems like he's had a lot of those, so hopefully it doesn't happen here. But he'll be our 3 starter. He's only limited to 75 pitches because I'm not letting these guys get exposed. That includes Matt Boyd, who had a really excellent start to clinch the playoff, or the first seed in the playoffs. Really excited for him to start game 4, but he's also on that pitch limit. In the bullpen, we have McGee, Doval, Rogers. Those are a big 3. And then we have Littell, who's awesome. Okert, Leon, Martinez, and then Brooks is like our mop-up guy. Only 12 guys in the pen. For a 3-game series, Well, there is 3 games in a row, so maybe I'll add another guy, but I really want all these hitters on here. Yastrzemski's back in a day, so I'm putting him on the roster. I'm pretty much assuming he's here for the next 2 games. He's slotted in, batting second against righties and fourth against lefties. So they're all righties though. Yeah. So Michael Pineda looks like wound up on this team somehow. He was garbage. So I mean, the Nationals are not a good team. We're not a fantastic team, but wow. Juan Soto had an all-time season. That's crazy. Josh Bell had a really good year. Nelson Cruz had a really good year. It's just like pretty much a 3-man offense. And Michael Brantley, I guess. Donovan Solano wasn't bad. Interesting. This is like nothing like the team they field in real life. Joe Ross had an excellent season. Wow. Finally tapping into the potential. Strasburg was good. Stayed healthy. Bullpen's nothing to write home about, really. Josiah Gray. This team doesn't really scare me too much besides these 2, 3, 4 hitters. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. Get past that though, like they're not a terribly scary team. Looks like our pitching was horrible overall, and their hitting was really good, led by those 4. So kind of like the antithesis to us, where all our hitters are pretty solid. Like, no one's like horrendous, I guess. Yeah, no one's like horrible. But like everyone's above average, no superstar yet. So that's it. Let's do game 1. We will sim it. And it looks like we lost 3-1. That's a good start. Looks like we had 2 hits. Rodon pitched well. Duvall gave up a run, but Joe Ross apparently dominated us. So it's good to see in game 1. We have Alex Wood against Strasburg here. And we win, so we stay alive 4-2. Strasburg was fine, but Wood was just a little better. Duvall and McGee close it out. Looks like our 1, 2, 3 hitters pretty much backpacked us here. 4 hitters, I guess. Stella had an RBI. Okay, and then here's the rubber match. Michael Pineda, who had a 7 ERA with the Nationals against Anthony DeSclafani. Although, I may actually want to start Boyd here. Because their lineup with Soto, Bell. Is Bell better against... Bell's better against lefties. How is Soto? How are his splits? Looks like he dominates righties. I mean, this would be expected. Okay, yeah, I mean, he's equally, like, terrifying against both. Cruz, definitely better against lefties. And, Brantley, I guess he's a lefty as well. Boyd gives up the home run ball. DeSclafani also gives up the home run ball, but not probably quite as bad, yeah. What have you given me recently? Boyd had that really good start. DeSclafani had a couple rough outings. I'm going to go with Boyd here. I think the top of their order hasn't done too well this series. Maybe that has to do with the lefties. Okay, we're going to do Pineda against Boyd. This is going to hurt if we lose. We won 8-3. Didn't even matter who our starter was probably. Wow, this lineup dominated predictably. Oh, they didn't even hit Pineda that well. Ian Kennedy got roughed up, Doolittle got roughed up, and then Patrick Corbin. He's no good. Actually, he wasn't horrible. Martinez looks like he came out of relief, and then McGee closed it out. So, we will advance to the next round where we face the division-winning San Diego Padres. Nothing important there. We're going to have Joe Musgrove, who, wow, what a dominant season. He'll probably win Cy Young, almost certainly. Blake Snell, probably Cy Young runner-up in Game 2. Murray Hone will start Game 3. He had a really solid season. And Yu Darvish in Game 4, who, wow, that's quite the 4-starter there. And we're going to start the series with Anthony DeSclafani, it looks like. So, Joe Musgrove against Anthony DeSclafani. Let's do it. In San Diego, and we win 4-3. Wow. Disco Tony looks like he had a pretty good start. Leone, Duvall, McGee. Looks like Taylor Rogers actually blew the game for him. Wow. They just locked him up to a nice extension, too. As the offense, nothing really crazy. Just Ramos. How did we do? What happened here? A couple doubles. Cool. So we win game 1. Game 2, I guess, is against Morejón. We win 4-0. Carlos Rodon cementing himself as a playoff hero for this team. Duvall looks like got the save. They didn't even go to McGee. Probably too tired. Bottom of the order looks like came through here. So that's awesome to see. Off day, and then we go back to San Francisco for Game 3, where we will face Blake Snell. We had a great year. Lose 5-7. Looks like Wood did not make it very deep. Martinez gave it all he could in 4 1/3. Brooks gave a nice relief performance too, but it was not enough to counter that bad start from Wood. So looks like Estrada got the start. I wonder what that's all about. Longoria's hurt. That makes sense. Is there anyone I'd rather have? Nah, I'd probably rather have him start than put Flores in there. All right, you Darvish against Matt Boyd. So the road teams have won every game in the series. Broken bone and elbow for Longoria. That's going to shelf him. Let's go to our playoff roster. Who's eligible? Won't be Jock Peterson, I'll tell you that. Ivan Castillo is probably the guy. Probably won't be used anyway. We're just going to put Flores at third, and then maybe Estrada. I like Estrada in there. Flores can pit there. Cool. Okay, so the deciding game 5. Joe Musgrove, Anthony DeSclafani. Somehow we won this in game 1. Don't love our odds. We won. Oh, my God. A 3-2 victory. Wow. Out of nowhere. DeSclafani, 1 hit. Tyler Rogers, Camilo Duvall, Jake McGee. The combo that's worked all year. Closes it out. We get to Musgrove just enough. Looks like we walked 6 times against him. Wow. And then Suarez, Minaya, and Rogers pitched fine, but could not hold us off. Martinez had a pair of RBIs. Yastrzemski had a couple of hits. I'm just going to start saying Yaz because I'm tired of saying that name. Joey Bart had an RBI. Looks like he hit a home run in the 4th inning against Musgrove. All right, and now we go to the NLCS, where we will face the Atlanta Braves. Scary team. Wow, looks like they got even scarier. Ozzie Albies, Joey Gallo. How many freaking home runs did he hit? 53. Wow. That's terrifying. Matt Olson, Ronald Acuna, who hit 47. And then Austin Riley did not have that great of a year. Interesting. William Contreras. Marcell Ozuna, Dansby Swanson, who I would love to pick up in the offseason, by the way. Oh, no, they re-signed him. That's a nice little contract. Would have offered him more, but... and then Duvall, who did nothing this year. But Max Fried, Ian Anderson, Kyle Wright, and Mike Soroka will be the starters. Nothing too impressive there, really. I mean, Fried's a good pitcher, but he didn't really turn up this year. But anything can happen. We have Rodon in game 1. And yeah, let's get right into this. Game 1 in Atlanta. We lose 3-0. Ian Anderson, phenomenal start. Rodon was solid, but not enough. Game 2 in Atlanta. 5-3 victory for your San Francisco Giants. Heliot Ramos, 3 hits. We have JD Martinez had a hit and an RBI. Yaz had one as well. And Alex Wood had a great start. Rogers, Duvall, McGee. It's the formula. We win this Game 3 in San Francisco against Max Fried, who we completely dominated. Looks like Matt Boyd was good enough. Got 4 2/3. Leone took care of business in 3 1/3, apparently. Wow. Ramos, 3 hits, 3 ribbies. Looks like Martinez had a home run. Flores, 3 hits. Wow. So it's a 2-1 series lead for the Giants. Game 4. We win Game 4, 5-2. LaStella, Flores, multi-hit games. Looks like Flores and Belt both had home runs. That's cool. Brandon Belt hasn't done anything this postseason, so good to see him contribute, especially because he's one of the cornerstones of this team. Tony Disco Tony, 5 2/3, 2 runs. And then Martinez to Rogers to McGee. And here we go. We can head to the World Series of the win here. At home against Ian Anderson. Rodon. And we win. We're going to the World Series. Wow. This is unbelievable. Looks like Yaz had 2 hits. Martinez had 2 hits. You guys have been the lifeblood of this offense. Wilmer Flores had a pair of hits. Rodon pitched awesome. Duvall to McGee. By the way, has not given up a run in this postseason. So we finished them off in just 5 games, it looks like. 4-1 series win. Looks like we'll go against the Angels. Wow. So this is nothing like real life. All right, let's see what we got here. We got the Angels. Tyler Wade, Anthony Rendon. Interesting. And I got Mike Trout, who had a very solid season. Shohei Ohtani, who was awesome. Wow, probably won MVP. Jared Walsh, Joey Dell. So their offense looks fantastic, and their pitching was also very good, it looks like. Ohtani again, really good season. Syndergaard looks like he was okay. He's their 2-starter. Ivan Nova, what the hell? Wow. Well, I guess they'll have Ivan Nova starting the playoff game here. That's interesting to see. And then Michael Lorenzen also starting in the pen. Looks like they have a good bullpen. So, I don't know. I have no idea what to expect here. We've made it this far. Why not more? Let's do it. Game 1 in Los Angeles. We played on the road in every series except the Wildcard Series, I guess. We lose 9-2. It's like Wood got roughed up quite a bit. I actually should have set my playoff rotation. Looks like Rodon's good to go. It's fine. I probably would have started Wood in Game 1. Game 2, Syndergaard against Rodon here. We lose 4-3. Rodon watched 6 guys, and Syndergaard is pretty good. So, backs against the wall, heading to Los Angeles, down 2-0. Jeez, really? You got to start a charity right now, dude? All right, yeah, let's go. Whatever, Slater. Game 3, Ivan Nova. Come on. Oh, my God. Wow. The corpse of Ivan Nova. That's unbelievable. Wow. So, we're down 3-0. things have happened. Not quite this crazy, but you got Mike Lorenz in against Anthony Disclafani, who's been really good this postseason. We have a chance to make it interesting here. Wow, 6-5 victory in 13. Could that be what this team needs to come back here? Looks like Brandon Belt had 3 hits. Wow. What a performance by the bullpen. That's an all-time performance, bouncing back your pitcher like that. Okay. So, this is game, what is it, 3-1 right now? So, this is game 5 at home. Let's make it interesting. Come on, boys. And we lose 3-1. So we lose in the World Series. That's way farther than I thought this team would make it. That's incredible. Alex Wood pitched a hell of a game, but was not enough. Looks like McGee he finally looked human after the great series, but man, we wouldn't have made it that far without him, so I don't blame him. Ramos continuing his surgence on the season, and so yeah, that's the season, folks. We lose in the World Series in 5 games to the Los Angeles Angels. We got the first wild card. We wound up playing, let's see. So what was the trip there? We beat the Nationals, coming down from 1-0, won the next 2 to win the series. Go to San Diego, who won 107 games. And we win game 1 and game 2, lose game 3 and game 4. In the do-or-die game, game 5, we win 3-2 behind a great performance by Anthony Disclafani. Sent us to the NLCS, where we lose game 1 in Atlanta. Backs against the wall, trying to not go down 2-0, going back home. We take care of business, winning 4 in a row to head to the World Series, and then lose game 1, lose game 2 in a heartbreaker in 10 innings. Looks like McGee blew that one. Whatever. Can't blame him too much. And then we lose game 3, go down 3-0, win a all-time game in game 4, and then lose in game 5, 3-1. So that's the season. Overall, pretty successful in my first year. I didn't expect to make it this far. Hopefully we can do better next year, but there's going to be a lot of roster turnover, I think. So looks like we had a really good score. And we'll get into the offseason fully next episode, but that was a longer episode than I expected to do. Kind of just went straight through. So yeah, thank you for watching episode 3. We'll be back. Episode 4 will be we'll run through the offseason, maybe more of a recap. But we'll run through everything that happens and update you guys from there. But thanks for watching episode 3. We'll be back with episode 4 very shortly. We'll see you.